Good morning everyone and welcome to our scrapbooking at 11. I'm excited because we're going to get to play with some new product. Don't you love new product? I know I do. This is called Water and Dots Lines 12 by 12 masking, decorative mask. So you could use this for your 12 by 12 scrapbooking, or you could use it for 8 by 8, 6 by 6. You can even use it on your cards if you wanted to. So I love the idea of having a play with this morning. Good morning, Tanya. How are you? Good to see you on. Okay, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Teresa Brown. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Warragul in Victoria. And I have been with Stampin' Up! 19 years, going on my 20 years. Yes, I love these too, Tan. I can't wait to have a play, a big play. They are really good. So this one's like, oh, look at that. Think of different ideas of what you could, hello everyone. Think of different ideas that you could use this for. Like, I can see a stone path with this. I can see a road with it. I can see a embankment with it, water with it, a swimming pool. What's other things that you might see with that? This one's dots. This one's a little bit interesting. You can't see through this one as good, but it's all little dots, and we'll see what we come up with today. Who knows what we'll come up with. This is not a planned. I don't organise anything before our class, so it's done live with you, so that we can actually do it together. Okay, let's come down and get started. Who's excited? I am. I love new products. Love, 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 love. Oh my God, let's see if we got this in the right spot. I can always see shadows, but I don't think I can see them now. Okay, so I pulled out some scraps I had. I had some water scraps. This is to go into our little album, our 8 by 8 album. I've got a sheet of white here, which I might start with our sheet of white first. Let's go with our white. And let's go with this mask. How gorgeous is this? Now, you can either line it up in the corner if you want to, so that if it moves, you know exactly where. Or if you want to, you can always, on the back side, you can actually attach it to the mask so it doesn't move around, if that's what you want to do, with some washi tape or with some Post-it notes, whatever you decide. Okay, another new product coming up. Oh my God, let's pull it in. It's our new ink. These are the new in-colour inks. I can't help but have a bit of a play this morning. I'm feeling very excited. We've got our catalogue walkthrough tonight. I'm so excited. I've been making up heaps of samples, lots of ideas for you ladies and gents out there. Okay, so who has, well, you probably haven't, but you might have ordered them by now, because our new catalogue went live on the 5th. And they're magnet, so easy to open. Oh my God, easy to close. They're already stored upside down, so you don't have to store your ink pads upside down. The ink pad is already stored upside down. On the bottom, you have the name. So you can grab your pick tool and you can, oh, that's not the one I want. I want the pointy one. I was doing stuff with that yesterday. That's the embossing one, Tan. I wonder what we use this one for. I wonder if it's for vellum work. It's a good one for vellum work. Where's my pointy one? Okay, I'm not quite sure. Oh, here it is. So I'm going to grab my pointy one. I knew I had it on here, and I'm going to come right into the side here where you can see that little slit here. Okay, just here. And I'm going to pull this little bit off here. And it says the name, Hydrangeas Hue. And I'm just going to apply it to the very top of my ink pad here. Now, why am I doing this? Because when you're storing it, you can see the names when they're stored upside down like this on top of one another. You can see the name. Hi, Susan. Good to see you. Come on. The other thing that I like to do is I like to get the little bit that's here, and I'm going to lift it up and grab my paper little snips, and I'm going to cut this piece off. Okay, let's cut this piece off. Now, why am I doing this? Because it's important when you've got it on the table in front of you, and you're learning all the new colours, like we all are, to put it on the inside so that you can sort of see the colour on the inside here, on your inside of your lid, which is where the ink side is. So you can sort of see that I've popped it up here. Okay, so we're sort of starting our catalogue launch right from this morning, and it will be going again at 7 o'clock tonight. Lots of fun. Okay, so let's start off with our new colour. This is like a blue purple, I would say, that I love. Okay, I'm just going to put this into the middle a little bit, just so that I can not have it too close to the bottom of the, not too close down here. Okay, so we're going to grab our blending brush. And the good thing about when you're blending is you can start off and you can blend all different colours through, and you can bring in as many different blues as you want. And I went through, and I haven't grabbed them all, but I grabbed quite a lot of them, and you can sort of see I've put the names on the front of all these. So that's a good start. Okay, so hold it a little bit. Very pretty colour, this colour. You can play with it. You can come in darker or lighter. It's entirely up to you. You can do this all in one colour because you can come over it a couple of times if you wanted to. Or you could bring in some other colours as well. So let's bring in some other colours. Let's have that down the bottom. Let's just have a play. Who likes playing? Me. I like playing. Okay, so let's come in with the blueberry bushels. That's a similar colour, I think, but just a bit darker. I'm just going to find my darker one. Okay, so we're going to come in with this darker one in here. Oh no, it looks a little bit lighter actually. Okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay, so we can come in here. Hold it, hold it. Probably if you haven't done it before, you might want to hold it down. I should have stuck it down, but that's okay. We will keep going. We will keep going. So have you used yours much yet, Tan? Because I tell you what, it is a really lovely one, isn't it? It's lovely for masking. The thing that I like about it for doing scrapbooking too, this one's a darker one again. This one is the Secret C. Am I correct? Yes. So grab the darker brush, and you can sort of see this is a different colour altogether. Okay, so let's come in with the Secret C. Ooh, bringing in some nice colours here. We can come in as dark or as light as we want. Now the thing that I like about masking, who likes shadowing with masking? So when you're shadowing, you come off where you've actually done it. So you come over to, now we're going to come back to where the white is. So we're going to sort of touch up the white with the darker one in between, so it's not so out there. So just to lighten it down a little bit. And we're bringing it in with that last colour, which was the Secret Sea, just so that it sort of looks a little bit different. Masking's a lot of fun. You can get so much out of it. You don't have to leave the white. You know, some people don't like the white. Some people love having the white border. But we're going to soften it down with a little bit of the Secret Sea so that it's not so white. And you can just move it again. You can leave a little bit of white in there if you want to. So leave a little bit, move it up a little bit, just do a little bit. So you can leave a little bit of white in there and just come over it again. So you sort of still have a little bit of white, but not jumping out at you as much as it would have. Okay, so who uses their masks this way? This is one that I used to do. We used to do a lot of masking in my shop when I had my shop many years ago. So masking's one of my favourite. We used to do a lot of masking. So you can sort of see now you've sort of got different layers happening here. You've got that white, but it's not standing out quite as much. You've still got some white. You can come back and do more if you want to with the different colours. You can come back and change the look again. But we'll leave it like that for this morning because we're not going to see a lot of this on the page because we're going to be doing stuff over it, like photos and things like that. Let me grab a tissue and wipe this for a minute. Okay. We can clean this off properly after. That's not a problem. So the dots, let's have a look at the dots. I'm looking at the dots and I'm sort of looking that I'd like to add some onto here, but I'm not quite sure how many I want to add, but I'm just going to add some onto this little bit of blue piece. Okay, so I'm going to come in with, not blue, I'm going to come in with crumb cake. Crumb cake? I think, yeah, I've got crumb cake sitting here. So I'm going to come in with the crumb cake. Okay, you don't have to go over just white paper. You can go over your designer series papers as well. And I'm just going to come in with the crumb cake because I want it to hopefully give it a look. I don't know if it will, but a look of a little bit of sand poking through the water. I'm hoping that's the effect I get. Not too sure because I haven't played with it yet. This is the first time it's been pulled out. But I know what I want in my head. So let's see if that works. And if it looks like anything or just looks like a heap of dots. We'll work it in a little bit. Okay, load up the brush. Yeah, it does look like a lot of little dots, but we're going to move it up just a fraction. And let's just work it in a little bit more. Okay, so you do get sort of effects of dots on there. Can you see the dots on there? Hi Sue, good to see you on. Okay, so let's come back with our crumb cake and do just a little bit of blending on this as well. So we just want to do a little bit of blending in here. The dots are still going to appear. Yes, they're still appearing, but we just want to make it look like the water's coming into a sandy area because this is my cruise photos. I know what photos I'm doing, so if you've got an idea of what photos you're going to be using, not that I've printed any out this morning, but if you've got an idea, you'll get a bit of an idea of what colours and what you want. Okay, so let's have another look. So I had this piece of the, oh, who loves this paper? another beautiful paper. This is the velvet Oh my God, you can feel it, but I don't know if you can see it, but it's got velvet on it. But I just wanted tinges of colour to come out through this as well. So I'm sort of using this sort of as a tinge of colour on here as well. And we're going to be bringing this in as well. So I think, I haven't quite worked out yet. I haven't quite worked that out yet. So we're going to bring this up here. We don't want the brown. Oh, we do want the brown. No, we don't want the brown. No, we want the blue. So we're going to come in with a little bit of our new colour, Hydrangea Hue, in our new ink pad. It's all labelled. Okay, I can't remember. I think it was this one that I used. Okay. Now I'm just going to do a very light, oh, no, not very light. It is very light. Light over the back of this as well. Just to give it a little bit of texture where I want it. Okay, not so much. I want the colour of the flowers popping out through my page, but I want it to look watery, but I also want it to have a little bit of the colours from the flowers. So just bringing in a little bit of this, just for a tinge of colour, because like I said, they're going to be covered up over the scrapbook page with photos, not all of it, but some of it. Okay, so our page is normally, what is it? 8 by 8, our crumb cake. This is for the 8 by 8 album that we're making. And then we have a white one, which is 7 3/4 by 7 3/4, which we can build onto. So this is the page that I like to build these images onto. Okay, so we're still going to have a bit of a border around this, but it gives me a bit of an idea of where I want. So this piece was a scrap, but it wasn't going to be long enough for the whole lot, so that's why I've come in with maybe bringing in this watery effect down the bottom here. Okay, so that's okay, we can sort of do that. That can come right in. This can come in here. Okay. And then we've got this other bit that we did a bit earlier, which we can add on as well if we want to, or we can take this away and we can bring this in down the bottom here. So, yeah, I think I like that one better. So I'm going to go with that than that. I'm just using scraps. Always use scraps. I'm always using scraps. Okay, so let's put this on. So let's put this piece on first. You never know what you're going to use. You just got to try it and try it and try it. So let's put our white base, because this is what I like to work on. I like to work on a white base because then that way I know exactly where to put all my pieces for my page. So, oh, come up, Teresa. So we're going to have a border around this. I think Paul's got the heater, because it's cold outside, he's got the heater going. Oh, and now I'm starting to cook. Off comes the cardi. Whew. Okay. It's funny weather, isn't it? One day it's hot, one day it's cold. Then we're going to put this one in. We're going to put this one in down here. Now, if you want a bit of a border around this, you can just trim it off. So let's have a look and see what this one is. So it's the same as this one. This one's 19.5. So let's grab the paper trimmer and trim this one off at 19.5. Open our arm, 19.5. And work out which side you want to trim off to. I'm going to trim off this lighter side. And look, honestly, it was only the tiniest little bit. But that's okay. If we want it to match up, sometimes we just need to trim that tiny little bit. So I want this to just sort of sit in here, so we've sort of got that little bit of white showing on the sides. Who's been following along and making a mini album? I know, Tanya, you've been making some beautiful mini albums, a little bit different to this one, but still beautiful, and it doesn't matter whether you're making one exactly the same or a little bit different. You still get some great ideas when you come on and join in and interact on the class. So, and then we can put this piece in here, which is really good. It just gives us a little bit of colour. I haven't got my photos printed out today, which is a bit of a shame. I normally do, but I've been extremely busy. I don't know why I've been extremely busy. Just getting everything ready for tonight, I think, which is really good. Okay, so I decided I'm going to go crumb cake, but I decided I'm going to do some sponging around the edge. Excuse me. I'm going to grab one of my sponge daubers. I've got a new one here. Ooh, good. I love it when I've got a new one, especially when I'm using a new colour ink with a sponge dauber. So I'm going to use the Hydrangea Hue, which is our new one. And I'm going to just bring a little bit of colour around the crumb cake edging. So when I put the photos on, it's got a bit of an edging. You could come over these if you wanted to with the stencil masking as well if you wanted to, depending on how big your photos were. If you were doing small photos, you could do some stenciling on it. Okay, so that's not a problem. Who uses sponge daubers? Don't you love them? I love that you can put it on your finger. You've got really good control over it. You can use it for shading. You can use it for putting on your ink on your stamps, which I do quite often. I just love it because it gives it a different texture when you're doing that. So I love that idea as well. Now, this is probably, let me measure this in inches. Inches is 4 inches by 3 inches. Centimetres, this is 10 centimetres or 10.3 centimetres by 7.3 centimetres. So then this is going to go sort of up here to have a photo. We'll put a photo on there. We'll be able to put our journaling down here, or a mask, journaling, or a saying, you know, so you can have a happy day, or I'm trying to think of some sayings to say for you. It's our day. Watching as the ocean floats by, because we sat on our balcony quite often and had coffee, so we it would be a good one to do that for. I just was trying to think of some nice little ones, so we can have the photos going like this. Then this one, you can have a photo going this way if you wanted to, so still the same size photo, but you can have it going the opposite way, or you can have it going the same way. So because I hadn't picked out my photos yet, I didn't know which way I really want these to go. Normally I'd choose my photos as well, but I just haven't had time this week. It's been a busy week. Who's had a busy week? Tell me if you've had a busy week. I've had a really busy week because I had to catch up on some of my April post-out classes, because April was a funny month. We had Easter, school holidays, my daughter's birthday. We had so much. So you could have this one in here, and you could actually do your journaling in here if you wanted to, and have your photos here. And then you could also, I had a little bit of an off piece of this paper. It's only a tiny little bit, but you could cut out some of these little flowers and put them around if you wanted to as well. Okay, don't know, I could use that for something else, like a card front. So I think about these things before I do it. Who's coming tonight? Catalogue launch time tonight. I'm not going to stick these down. Oh, yes, I will. I'll stick them down because that's where the photos are going to go. I'll just have to pick my photos out carefully, won't I? Okay, so this is going to go on this side. This one's going to go on this side. So I'm just going to overlap it a little bit, but I'm not going to put any glue on that corner because I don't want to, because I want to be able to put a photo in. So we're going to overlap that a little bit, but not put any glue in it. And then we're not going to put any glue up here yet, up the top part, because we've got to put our photos in. So you never put glue if you haven't got your photos in. So none up here so that I can lift this up when I'm actually doing my work on this. So it's going to be like that. And then you can put your sayings and that in there as well. So you can sort of see it makes a cute little card, scrapbook page. Really cute. I can't wait to finish it. I can't wait to get the photos on it and decorate it up. So look at that mask though. Have a look. It looks beautiful. I'm bringing in a little bit of that scrap designer series paper. I sort of looked at it and thought, if I cut it off, I'm going to still have a little piece left over if I did a card. So I thought, let's bring it into the scrapbooking piece. And I'll probably have to bring the other little piece that I got left over onto my second page. So onto the other page. But how gorgeous is that? And look at that masking. Oh my God, it's just beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're watching the replay later, don't forget, today is the last day to put your $60 or more order in, and you can pick a number. Each number has a little gift for Mother's Day, so it's very exciting. Thank you for everyone that's already joined in. And don't forget tonight, if you see this on my Teresa Brown stamping page, pull it out or copy it or print it if you can. If you can't print it, just write it down on a piece of paper and follow along tonight. Don't forget to bring your catalogue, your cuppa, and let's have some fun tonight as well, sharing more new products. So until then, God bless you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.